Hello, everybody. Welcome to the National Parents Union Nightly Restorative Check-In. I am your host, Marisol Rerucha. I am the mother of Camerina, Emilia, and Sofia. I am the daughter of Irma Navran. I am the grandmother to Cynthia Iliana and Isabella Luna, and soon to be grandson who will be joining us. He's scheduled to come into the world on February 18th. And I am the very proud granddaughter of Camerina, Alejandro, Carmen, and Francisco, all immigrants from Mexico. I am also the very proud wife of Daniel, who is the center and the grounding of all of my family. And I am the loved and loving sister to Alex, Atia, and Cameron, and the very proud niece to Yolanda. I always introduce myself in that way for a couple of reasons: to remind myself who I am and where I come from, to announce myself, and to put myself very present into any space that I go into. And also just the reminder that any space that I go into, I don't go in alone. And I go in carrying the hopes and the dreams and the challenges and the fights of my ancestors and of our future ancestors. And I also take very seriously that I carry the hopes and dreams of our future ancestors as well. And so here's one of my elders, my tia Yoli, who is, and my mom, who I'm sure will be joining soon, are #1 fans of the show. So hi, my Yoli, and there you'll see the picture of Luna and Sol, our babies. And soon, if all goes well, we'll be adding a little boy to that mix. So I was off on Monday. I'm very grateful to Stevie Heel, who stepped in such a beautiful conversation with his friends, the Pelayo family. We got a really horrible head cold, as you can tell. And there's my baby. This is my baby, Emilia. She never watches the show. She told me she was going to watch the show with Curly. I was like, finally, I get my kids to watch the show. But there she is with Luna. I forgot what I was saying. I'm so happy my baby's watching. So hi, Mimi. Let me go ahead and put her back in. So anyway, I've been sick. Oh, so what I was saying is Luna got us all sick. So we all had this horrible head cold, but thankfully that's all that it is a head cold. And I haven't seen Luna in a while, but I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's healthy and fine. I have a couple of reminders for you. One of them is to please make sure and register for our town hall. Dolores Huerta will be our guest speaker, and will also be on a panel answering questions with some of our delegates. And also we'll have some really important information from 2 educators who are going to be sharing with parents what they should be expecting from schools. Especially during this time of transition, all the different ways that kids are learning. Also, we have our advocacy boot camp going on right now. Please register for the boot camp. So the next boot camp is happening, I believe it's next Monday. Look through our MPU. I've been kind of out of it, but look through our MPU page. You can register, and being in the registration means that you're going to be live. So you can ask any questions, have any, get more information, and then the boot camp will be streamed the following day. So those of you, we want to make sure that the information is accessible to all of our families, but those who register get to participate live. So that's an added bonus. And also please remember to, if you have not yet, please sign up for membership, individual membership. It is free, but we want to make sure that we're capturing all of the people who are using all of our programming and that it is that we're offering. So with that, I want to go ahead and transition us to our breathing technique. It is called 4-7-8. So in our breathing technique, we inhale for 4 seconds, we hold for 7, and then we release for 8. And we do this 4 different times. Okay, hopefully my voice won't distract you as we go into the technique. So again, it's called 4-7-8. We inhale for 4 seconds, we hold for 7, and we release for 8. And we do this 4 times. I will go ahead and lead us. If you could please just put your feet flat on the ground. If you want to close your eyes, take a breath in and release. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you. Thank you for taking that time. And I always like to do that technique right before we have our guests come on. I want to say hi to Maritza. Ya sabes que te quiero mucho. I'm so glad that you're with us and with your very dear friend, Shirley. And also want to say hi to Nehemiah, my brother. So Nehemiah was sick on Monday also. So he and I, so we need to reschedule, Nehemiah. I need to get you on the show, my friend. So I'm really excited about our guest today for a couple of reasons. I know that this woman is a powerful warrior and a fighter. And I'm just really excited to have the time, like this special time with her. But what's even more beautiful to me is that she is the guest on my last show of this year. And so we're going to talk about 2020 and 2021. I just think it's really beautiful to have this moment with her. And I'm just going to also use that as an opportunity to let you know that we will be closed down for the holidays and our shows will be back and running on January 4th. So I'll see you on January 4th. And with that, I'd like to bring in our guest, Shirley Irizarry.
Yes.
The beautiful last name, Shirley Irizarry. Hello, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Marisol. Thank you so much for having me. Like I was telling you before, this is really is an honor, and I'm glad, I'm happy that it's hey Maritza, that it's the last show as you mentioned, because as I was saying before, I remember meeting you and seeing you speak in January at the convening and just wanting to connect instantly with you, and then it's just like just fate, just things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. So, my year started one way and it's ended a different way, and we're going to unpack, I guess. So I guess that's the purpose of this for me.
And like without either of us really knowing, right, that that's what was going to be the purpose was for us to have this show together. And so like Maritza's calling you out, Camden, New Jersey, what? So give us just a little intro, like who are you in this world? And share anything that you would like.
Okay, so I always, first and foremost, identify myself as a mother. I'm the mother of Bianca, who's 18 years old, and Ayana, who's 14. Those are my biological daughters, but I also have two bonus daughters that recently came into my life. Vicky, who's 17 and is a mother herself, and Carol, who is 16, who have become a part of my life and part of my family, and just enhanced it. So first and foremost, mother, daughter, sister, friend, and someone who loves and wants so much for their community. That's Shirley.
What again? Excited and being with you. I'm getting back on my end. I don't know if it's
you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to talk louder. But let's just go ahead and go for it. So let's talk about 2020. You said like things were not right. We met in January. It's been almost a year. So why don't you talk to us about your 2020 journey? What have things been like for you? And also, like, I'd love to hear how your family grew.
Okay, absolutely. Wow. So, starting 2020, it was that was the biggest thing is the convening, right? And I was in my role as parent engagement and advocacy director at Parents for Great Camden Schools. Um, just doing my job there, and just trying to do the best that I could for my community. So that's in the beginning. That's who I am. And then, we're going to fast forward, but, just to make it where I am now, I'm now the executive director of Parents for Great Camden Schools. So that's a huge change.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God. We need more women, more Latinas, like in the executive director, CEO roles.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, when did that happen?
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you. It happened a couple of months ago in October, at the beginning of November. And Nehemiah has that. Thank you. Thank you, Nehemiah. So we've been transitioning for the last couple of months, because we want to start January strong. So that's what we've been doing, restructuring and, planning and just reviewing the year, and seeing how we're going to take it to the next level. So yeah, that's how it happened. My friend and mentor, Brian Morton, coached me the whole time, since without me even realizing that that's what he was coaching me for. Um, and he's moving on to do greater things, nationally, globally, and I'm just, I'm taking this seat now and taking it in a different, taking it to another level.
I'm just so tremendously excited. Like that to me was like the best news of
Yeah,
the
and
um,
that's just professional, that's huge, for me, just professional, and my life has also changed greatly. You, like you said, I have a couple of new members in my family, and I already come from a big family, so this is just
so tell us
feels so
how
right.
to you.
I'm sorry.
Tell me how your babies came to you.
Well, they're teenagers, right? So I met them through my daughter Bianca. She has a best friend, and so these two young ladies are her cousins. And I just felt like there was something that I could offer them, um, some guidance and some stability. And the time came where they were like, yeah, this is what we want to do. I made sure that the family knows and we're comfortable and everything, so that there wouldn't be any added drama. So we all, agreed that this was a good move for them. And they've been here with me since August. Um, I moved from a 3-bedroom home to a 7-bedroom home, just to be able to accommodate everyone. So the beginning of August we moved in. The end of August the baby was born, and so we're just a family now. And it's amazing. It's truly a blessing.
You have a baby in your home.
Yes, yes.
That blessing, that it's medicine. Babies are medicine.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so let's talk about that. So this is your 2020. This was nothing that you were expecting, right?
No, not at all.
Personally. And I think also, so the move from a 3-bedroom house to a 7-bedroom house to put so that your whole family could be together. It sounds like you did it in such an honorable way by making sure that the girls, that their families were okay with them coming into your home and you taking on this role and this responsibility. But that's a lot in 11 months. That's just a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, and thinking about also like the pandemic, because in that you guys are now, you're in a bigger home, but you're all
Mhm.
together, how has that been, as you grew your family and as you brought a new life
Mhm.
into your home? How has the pandemic impacted?
Well, yeah, we continue to work, but we always, did the most that we could possibly do to make sure that we were following all the guidelines and remaining safe. All of the girls are at home doing remote learning. Even my oldest, who's in college, her freshman year in college, and she's doing it at home remotely. So, I was blessed to be able to offer that to them. And then, with her having the baby, she's a great mother. It's not a problem at all. um, her having the baby and being able to be home and take her classes at home, but still have, not have to worry about daycare or who's going to watch the baby. And um, we have been very fortunate. We have lost some family members. Um, yeah, and so, of course, there's sadness that comes with that too. Family members and some friends, we've all been touched by it. And but thankfully, we've all remained safe and healthy.
I remember that you had posted that you had a Theo who had passed away, who was very close to you.
Recently, yeah.
And was that from COVID?
It was from COVID, yeah. And very, very sudden. He was the last one that we would have thought that we would lose because, always so full of life and so giving and so generous. Just a big, giant teddy bear that would do anything for his family. And then, I struggle with the fact that because we're all quarantining, we're not seeing our family members. But then you lose one, and then you just feel like, that's when it hits you. I didn't know the last time I saw them was going to be the last time I saw them. And I lost so much time because we want to be safe, and then you still lose someone, and you don't even get to say goodbye because we couldn't have a service. And I didn't get to comfort my family members because, we all want to be safe. So that is definitely the worst part of my year by far.
How were you able to connect and support each other in this time? What has that been like?
Um, I wish that I could say that we were, able to come together and just, yeah, yeah. But the thing about my family is that we all suffer privately. We don't always share what we're going through. Um, and so while we all definitely felt that pain, um, I really can't say that we came together like that. And that's also been tough.
I think there's an opportunity in the moment, right? An opportunity for you to be that person in your family changes that way of being. And I know, Shirley, just from the the little bit that I know about you and the strength that you have, that I know that you are the person that has been changing and healing things in your family for the better. I mean, I know that based on the fact that you took two young women into your home with, I know, the goal of being able to provide them with a different opportunity, and I think with a healing of their own.
Yeah.
And I think that you have an opportunity to brave those waters and to be that person to share the pain that you're having with your family.
That's just this. I get it. It's kind of one of those things that you've always known, but you've always pushed back, right? Because it's the hardest and it's going to be the most painful thing to do. But I hear you, um, and I just have to. I have to take my time with that one.
Yeah.
But I hear you, and I appreciate you for calling it out because I can't hide from it. But I have been. Um, and I don't even know if I had the tools to do that. Although it is the thing that I would love the most, before I leave this world, before my parents leave me, it's just, I would love that. But yeah, I'm not ready. I need the tools, and I'm just not ready.
Well, one of the things I think that's really important is the reminder that you've received that time is not promised.
Mm.
And sometimes, because time is not promised, I think, like, how do you get those tools? How do you get the support? Who do you know in your life that you have that trust in, the confianza, that trust and that confidence in, that you can reach out and say, this is the change and I'm scared, because there's fear around it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Scared. And I need support to make this happen, because I don't want my parents to leave the world, and I don't want to leave the world without having tried, having made the efforts. So who do you have in your life that you trust that can support you with finding the way?
Not anyone that's outside, of the family. It's just not something. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. It's like, my family is who I trust the most.
yeah.
So
Well,
I guess that's what adds to the difficulty.
so within your family, Shirley, is there somebody that you trust to have this conversation with about how you're feeling, like, to help, like, you can figure it out together?
Mhm.
Is there that person for you that you can be vulnerable with in that way?
So that person for me, um, left. You know, she died when I was 18, and I think that's what started out. The seeking and the why did you have to take her, right? And so that's also why it's hard to face, because I know the person that would have helped me through it is not here. So it was a tía, right? And this is crazy, is because this is why I'm drawn to you, because ella tenía el pelo como el suyo y blanquita, right? Y se llamaba Blanca Iris. And she always treated me like I was her favorite niece.
You were,
Yeah,
you
this,
are.
this was my father's sister, and she was the one that always gave me the Bible stories, and always, you're so smart. I think she even, gave me my name. I heard it was something about she knew we were going to be living in the States. She wanted us to, my name to blend in. So she told my parents to name me Shirley. That's the story I heard, so that we would fit in. So it was my tia. And she was definitely the person that I knew loved me the most in this world. And when she was taken from me, it was like there was no one else that could fill that void. And while I love my parents, absolutely have the most, respect for them. I guess sort of because of the role that I play in the family. I'm the oldest sister of five. We're five siblings. And we have an older brother, older sister from a different mother, but the core, the ones that I grew up with, I'm the oldest, so sort of like the third parent. And also, like, to protect my parents from some things. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
Well, but you're the rock. You're the anchor.
I guess. I guess.
Well, but taking that responsibility, sometimes it doesn't allow you to be human.
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't. So then, like, you can't lose it emotionally, because if you do, then what's
Yeah.
everyone else going to do?
Yeah.
No, no one would know what to do if you were the one that were to lose it emotionally.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that burden is one that you are still continue to take. It's a responsibility, and it's a burden in that it's not allowing you, like, to push through. But there is something that I do want to share with you, and that is that I deeply, deeply believe that your tia has never left you.
Mm.
And I know that, and you know it, because do you think that as a mom with your four daughters, that your spirit in the spirit world, that you're not going to be connected and communicating with them and loving them and cheering them on and fighting for them and regañándolas, like you think you're not going to be doing that in the spirit world?
Mm, mm.
Do you think that you're not going to be connected to your kids?
I am definitely connected to her. So I will be 45 next week, and and it's now into like the last couple of years that I've been able to work through some things about myself, right? And so a lot of that was, losing my faith when I lost my tia, and trying to, then trying to capture it, trying to, get back to it, suffering through depression and anxiety, and then, but just not finding the answers in the faiths that I was studying. So I was raised a Pentecostal, and then, practiced Christianity throughout. I even practice Islam and find a lot of truth and love in both religions and a lot of similarities. Still wasn't finding something that reached me, inside. It was like all outwardly, until I started looking within myself. I was like, well, if it's not out there, then it's something I got to fix in me. And how am I going to do that? And then just, if I can't tap into a power, the higher power that I'm supposed to be tapping into, then who do I, what do I tap into? Energies, right? Who are the closest people? My mom. I get strength from my mom. I get strength from her mother. I get strength from my tia. So then that led me down to studying about my ancestors, because right? That's where my strength is coming from. And then just addressing some things about myself, learning how to meditate, and reaching out to those ancestors. And when I finally felt my tia's presence, it all came down. So I know that I'm definitely still connected to her, for sure, and it's daily.
Well, I think part of the answer to who you have that can help you and guide you and know what to do
Mm,
to be able to express the way that you need to express with your family, you already know the answer.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I think it's also part of
You
it.
just totally walked me through that without saying a word.
Well, and part of it, I think, is trusting yourself.
Mm, yeah.
The journey you've been on is
And
trusting yourself.
that's the new thing. That's the new, right? That's the trust that I don't want to break, because that is new. So I'm very, very careful with that.
And
Yeah.
you know what, Shirley, the other thing that I want to offer you, and this is something, when I was 19, is I got pregnant with my daughter, and I realized after I got pregnant with her, her biological father started using crystal. He was a meth addict. And my family was really disappointed in me. So I was at this moment in my life where, people told me they were disappointed in me, and I had never wanted to disappoint people. And I realized, like, the person that I had chose to have a child with, it was not the person that, like, it was somebody that was not okay in a lot of ways. I felt so alone. I felt like I was in the bottom of a dark pit. I was raised Catholic.
Mm,
But what I knew, like, I remember I was leaning in my bed, like rubbing my panza and talking to my baby, and I felt this light. And I knew that we were going to be okay.
mm-hmm.
And I had this realization that God, the creator, is inside of me. That, like, I am the divinity, just like you're the divinity. And so while I was raised Catholic, and I still was a practicing Catholic for many years, and now I'm not, and I really feel connected with Indigenous ceremony, for me, God lives here.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I talk about my ancestors or spirits or God, they're not here. It's not up and over and around. God is here and there. So, like, God is within me, God is within you. And I try to move in this world desde ese tiempo, from that time, recognizing and honoring the God that was within me and the God that is within you.
Mhm.
And I am not by any means or any shot, I will tell, like, perfect in that in any way. But I had that, I was given the grace of that understanding and the gift of that understanding. And I could see in the journey that you talked about was you were looking on the outside, and it
Mhm.
sounds where you are now at 45, which is so beautiful that you're starting to recognize where
Right.
God.
That is within. Yeah. Yeah. So within I would say the last 2 years, that's the journey. That's my spiritual journey. And why I feel like I'm at peace now, and just walking in my purpose and the reason that I'm here, and just embracing me with, flaws, everything that I've been through, having to give up that guilt and forgive yourself. Because one thing you just said earlier was how you blamed yourself for the person that you chose to have a baby with, and we always do that. And our society does that to us too. It's like, well, why did you choose him? Oh, well, it wasn't like, I never thought that I was going to go through this. It wasn't like I just say, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I'll just take him, you know? And why is the blame on you and not on him?
Yeah.
So we do that to ourselves. And there was a lot that I had to forgive myself for, to be able to just be at peace with it now, and be thankful for it. Because if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't be where I am. And I'm very happy where I'm at. I'm at peace. And, by far, I'm not perfect at all. As you can see, I still have a lot to work on. Um, but a lot of chains have been broken. And I know that won't they won't affect my children anymore.
I love that you said that chains have been broken, because that is the work and that has been the hard work, right? Like,
Hmm.
we're literally breaking chains of pain, chains of family, like trauma,
Hmm.
pains of your own, all of the, like, breaking those chains. And those chains were legit. Like, those, some of, like, the,
Jeez.
and to be the person who breaks them, you know what, Shirley, the other piece, and I know the same thing. You know what? I know that my kids know that they have a person that is on their journey with them, that loves them, that is
Mhm.
not going to judge them, that is going to be there to guide them and support them and figure out how to be there for them in the way that they need, not the way that I need.
They know. Yeah. This my kids are the same way. So, growing up, I'm still a single mom, right? I didn't have a lot at all. So I couldn't give my kids, brand new Jordans or the newest clothes. But my kids were always fed. They always went to school. The uniform was always on point, and my kids know that they have me. So I would always, if they would say, "Oh, but I want this," da 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 da, I'm like, "Well, I can't get you that." But what those kids don't have that you do is me. Like, they have a mom, but their mom is their mom. But I'm your mom, and they don't have me, right? So that's one thing that I've drilled into them. And then another time was, when you have kids that are so well behaved outside, but then at home they're like crazy. So I have two girls with attitudes, and they take after me, their mother. So, so one time I will say, you know what? Everybody always says how you guys are so good and you're so well behaved out in public and you're so good in school. And then you come home and you give me such a hard time about washing the dishes or something, give me an attitude. And then Bianca was just straight up. She wasn't being sarcastic. She was just like, Mom, it's because outside we have to be a certain way. And in here, I can just be me and I know that you're not going to not love me. So I had to eat that and just be like, okay, all right, yeah, I'm glad that you know that I'm always gonna love you, but you still gotta go wash some dishes.
Yeah. You know what? My daughter told me, I'm never going to forgive you for something that I did. And I was like, okay. Like, well, at night. It's okay. Like, you don't have to forgive me. I'm gonna be all right without forgiveness. Because you know that you're doing what's right for your kids, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Not always them
And
like,
there's just such a mirror too. Sometimes you don't want to. You see yourself, like, ooh, I can't even blame her. I can't even be mad at that because yeah, I see you. You sound like me. You look like me. All right. Sorry, mommy. I get it now.
oh my goodness. Yes, just yes to all of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to something though. So I need
Yeah,
to go back.
I saw you write something. Here it comes.
What I always tell my guests, I tell them, like, if I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm writing down, like, capturing brilliance. Like the chain, I have the chains,
Okay.
but I'm writing down potential questions. But I want to go back to what started this part of this conversation, and that is you sharing about your family not being able to connect and to share with each other in that deep way of how you're feeling. I think about, so we were specifically talking about the recent death of your uncle, and there have been a lot of comments going on Facebook. I told you, like, the comments come in, I'll try to pull them up, and there, a lot of people were giving you condolences. I don't want to put them on because I didn't want to
Yeah,
take away.
no. I guess I'll have to go back and see them because I'm not even paying attention to the comments right now. Sorry.
No, please don't. But please go back and listen because there are some beautiful comments. But I want to go back to that. So, I think again, like this time and the passing of your uncle is providing you with an opportunity. And one of the things you said is you didn't feel like you had the tools. You didn't feel like you had the resources to have that conversation or to do that work. And then we went through the process of, like, knowing, like, so what are your thoughts now?
Um, I guess I still have to think it through. I do have even just, when you have a breakthrough, right? I feel like I just had a breakthrough and I need to unpack it. And I'm always somebody that does always have to marinate on my feelings, and I'm not really good about, like, what am I feeling right now? Because I'm feeling 1,000 things right now. I disassociate. So, I'm having a conversation with you, but my mind is somewhere else easily, right? So, um, I do feel a relief in having gone through that. But also, there's that reminder, like, you're the one, you have to do it. Like, okay, I've elevated you. I've done this, this is what you need to do. So I'll be reaching out to you.
I'm right here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It would
Mhm.
be my honor. So let's talk about that disassociating, though, that thing that you just said, that you're talking and you're present, but you're in 10 different. So let's talk about your mindfulness journey, because that's really a big part
Yeah,
of mindfulness, is
absolutely.
like grounding and centering. So let's talk about that.
Okay, so I will say that in the past few weeks, I actually, and this might be I don't know, counterproductive, right? If you're following the so-called right way to do it, right? But you have to do things that work for you,
Right.
right? So um, I noticed that when I'm meditating and trying to block everything out, it wasn't working for me. But I'm a daydreamer, right? So I can manifest as I'm daydreaming. So now I purposely disassociate, and then I'm able to meditate clearly and receive the messages that I should be receiving, or releasing what I need to release as I disassociate, right? Instead of having to focus and block it all out, I let the thoughts come through and then just ride that wave wherever it takes me. And, write down whatever at the end, whatever comes out. And it's like, oh my God, it makes so much sense now, right? That when the message comes through, then you write it down. I'm like, oh, okay, I just heard this, da, 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 da. And then now I look forward to it. Whereas it's a discipline that you have to kind of like force yourself to do. So I was sitting here forcing myself to, listening to a self-guided meditation, and then find myself disassociating through that. So I finally just embraced it, and then that was my breakthrough.
I am Shirley, you have been such a gift in so many ways tonight. Because that idea of like disassociation, the way that you describe it, like you're just allowing yourself to be and you're paying attention. So like you're just allowing your mind to go, but you're paying attention to it, not like in a hyper focused, you must do this, you must breathe it, but like in a very, like you said, you were riding the wave. And then you also would like, okay, like what are the messages? What's coming? What are those things? And then just letting them be.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is such a beautiful, mindful practice that I think people, like people who struggle with that idea of like that silent meditation, or it has to be, and you're right, like things, that's the thing that 45, I'm 46, but I love my 40s because I feel like we're kind of like, what? Like the world is going to be how I need it to be for me.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And and reading about different things is like that works. Oh, that don't work for me. But this one over here works for me. And I get that. And that almost sounds like this thing over here. And it's just like, okay, I take it all, take it all. Whatever was good, right? And whatever's bad, don't even. But yeah, and then I talked to my daughter about it because she's been struggling with her meditations as well. She's like, "Mom, how do you do it?" Because I think she saw that there was like a difference in me when I was able to just let it go. And then she came to me. She's like, "So, what are your tricks? Can you give me some tricks?" And then I told her about that. She was like, "You know what? I do disassociate. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna try it." And then she has like the lights in the room, and so she's able to turn off her lights and just soft mellow music, and she also had the breakthrough where like, oh, okay, this works.
I absolutely love that. So accepting of who you are.
Mhm.
Like it's finding the way that works for you. And what I'm also really loving is you really know yourself and you accept yourself. Like this,
It took a lot. It really took a lot to get here, but yeah, I do know myself now. Um and I'm just thankful. I love myself. Today I love myself.
tell me about your journey. And I just want to share really quick. I gave myself a gift this year for Christmas. It was something silly. I don't even remember what it was, but I was wrapping it last night, and it was a book that I'm giving to my family. So I don't to my kids. So I don't want to
Okay.
say what it is. But I wrote like to Mari, I love you, Mari. I was like,
Mm.
gave myself a gift and told myself I love myself.
That is
Uh,
so cool. I mean, I'll buy myself gifts, but yeah, I don't tell myself I love myself, but I know that I do, right? And just taking better care of myself is me telling me that I love myself. And
please tell us. I want to hear that whole journey. I'm going to go off screen for a second, but I want you to tell us the whole journey because I want to go grab something. So I don't want to just leave it blank
I don't
because
know
there's
where.
here with you. But I want you to tell us your journey of acceptance of self and then also of love of self. And
I
I'll pop
really
up.
okay. So I guess my journey really started when I became a mother. Was when I started to question who I am. What my role is. Who do I want my daughters to look up to? What kind of mother do I want to be? But then going through the ups and downs of that, as you do as a single mother, and not having finances sometimes, um, you know, struggling with postpartum depression, and just going through it, but maintaining that drive and wanting to do better and wanting to making sure that my daughters had a better life that I lived was really started me on the whole journey of just trying to find peace and finding what my purpose was. So I originally just went back to what I had known and growing up, which was going back to the Pentecostal church and trying to become closer to God through that, and studying the Bible and just looking for, I guess, for what my purpose was in that, and not necessarily finding the answers. And then till then, a couple of years later, I have a sister who is Muslim, and she was always open about what she was learning and what the teachings were. And I just always found and was drawn to the peace and the complete submission about Islam. So I began to study and practice Islam, also looking for other for the answers of purpose and finding peace and trying to become closer with my God. And then I feel like that's the religion that does make the most sense to me. And it's a beautiful belief. But I still also struggle in Islam as well. So this is when I started to look within, as Marisol says, and just started to work on myself and think in areas that I needed to change within myself so that I can come to, find inner peace and, um, just forgive and move on from any traumas or anything that I had went through growing up. And just being able to forgive myself, because I've always, you always blame yourself for the things that you go through and how you ended up and the choices that you made. So it took a lot of just looking within and knowing what triggers you, looking back and see like, so why did I make that choice? Oh, that's because of this, and just working backwards from there and just seeing, you start to see trends, you start to see what triggers you, and then you just like, oh, I got to do better. I got to break that. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I do finally have inner peace. I can accept myself with all my flaws because I've been able to look back and see where it's brought me. So that has been, within a nutshell, my journey.
It's no surprising to me that it started with when you became a mom,
Hmm.
because that's how you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
First and foremost, that
I'm a
you
mother. Yeah. And then before that, I was a daughter, right? Until I became a mother, I was a daughter. I was a sister. So now, my primary role is mother, and then I'm a daughter, and I'm a sister.
well, and I think you also through that though, you really are also are just becoming Shirley. Like this is who Shirley is.
Yeah, yeah.
So important for your girls to see, because like I'm a mother of women as well,
Hmm.
and I'm a grandmother of women, and we have a little boy coming, but it's only been women in our line, and I don't take that lightly
Mm,
to have the honor of being given three girls to nurture in my body,
mm.
to grow in my body, to give, in Spanish, like we say, quedamos luz, we give
Say,
light,
you bring
life
them to light. Yeah, yeah.
to our children, and to have them, be have that female energy,
Yes,
is nothing that I take lightly. And I see that you also see and accept that honor that you've been given. And it's almost, there's no words to describe what an honor it is. There are lots of words though to describe how difficult it is.
I know, right? Those always come first.
I'm
Those always
telling
do come
you.
first. But yeah, I also wanted to raise women um, who were completely in touch with their femininity, who aren't intimidated by masculinity, or like they feel they have to give anything that they don't want to give, or that they're anything less than the other gender, or any gender. I want them to just be fully themselves, and to actually contribute to society. That's my whole role, is to raise women that are independent, know themselves, love themselves, don't compromise themselves, and they make the world a better place.
That's the dream, right?
Hmm.
My daughter asked me, Emilia, the one who was watching the show earlier, I'm sure she's not watching anymore, but she asked me, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "What I always want." I want you and your sisters to be healthy, to love yourselves, you know, and to do and be good in the world. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that.
And love each other. Because don't they realize that they hurt you when they hurt each other? I told when they fight, and I'm like, you know that when you hurt her, you hurt me because she came from me.
Girl, oh my God. I used to say that exact same thing to my kids. And
I always remind them. My mom used to say it too. Like, you know, we thought she was crazy. But I say it.
Watching. Sorry, my baby's still watching. I'm sorry. Tell me what your mom used to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Oh my God, I lost it. Oh, when she's gone, we were all we're gonna have is each other. So I tell them that when I'm gone, all you're gonna have is each other.
I don't know if I ever told them that, but I would absolutely. So she said, you always say that. Because I would say, because I love them with every fiber of my being. And so when they hurt, I hurt. Like it breaks my soul. And for them to hurt each other,
yeah.
It's more than heartbreaking. It breaks the fibers of your being.
It's good. And you know why? Because if somebody from the outside hurts your baby, you can go and whoop baby, you know, whoop butt if you have to. You can get with that person and make them hurt. But when it's your own, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, hurt your own so that they can feel what the other was feeling. And no, so that's the pain. I hurt for the one that's hurting, and I hurt for the one that I can't hurt.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't even know how much you're hurting me by hurting her.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I do want them to get into a place where they're not doing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do want them
where they just love each other.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a really hard spot with both of my daughters and my older daughters where like our relationship was fractured with both of them for different reasons. And a friend of mine, like I was sharing a little bit, and she was like, they need to know, like, they don't know what they're doing to you. They don't know like how much it's affecting you. And I told her, I said, I don't want them to heal themselves for me. I don't want them to do better or to make different choices for me. I want them to do it for themselves.
Wow. That's powerful. Yeah, because your instinct is to fix it so I can feel better, right? But that's selfish if you think about it, you know, for them to do it for you. And then when you're not around, they just go back to just being how they were.
It's about them. It's not about me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But we just want to fix it, you know?
I've told them, like, I have a good life. I have a good life. I have a phenomenal husband. I have a phenomenal partner in that man. I've been blessed to have amazing work with amazing coworkers. Like I try to do good in this world. Like mama's good. Baby's like, you need to be good for you. Like you need to be good for you, you know? Ooh, okay.
Wow.
That mama energy, Shirley. You know what? I'm going to tell you, sadly, not all moms have it. Not all dads have it. But this is what I mean. Not all biological moms and dads have it. All real moms and dads have it.
Yeah.
Biological moms and dads don't have it. They don't have that love. Your babies are blessed. My kids are freaking blessed, let me tell you.
Your kids are blessed.
Okay, so before we go in, Emilia, so that's my daughter. You cannot tell your sister. So I wrote something I want to share with you, and I wrote it for my youngest daughter, Sophia. We were supposed to exchange paintings, but I haven't done my painting yet. But I decided I wanted to do a writing for her because I love to write, and I'm gonna put it in the painting. So I wrote this, so I'm going to offer it to you and everybody who's listening, and I'm offering it to you with the love that a mother has for their child. And I think with the love that you think about that you have for your kids and that you had with your mom, and if you didn't have it, the love that I have for you then as a mom. As you enter any space, may you be grounded and arrive knowing you are the prayers of our ancestors, generations in the making. Center into your body and spirit and into protection, peace, vulnerability, strength, compassion, and kindness. Know that you carry the hopes, dreams, and prayers of our future ancestors for generations to come. Awaken and activate the warrior blood that courses through each vein. You are our past, present, and future. May you arrive honoring your dignity and that of each soul on your journey.
Wow. Wow, that's so touching and that's so beautiful, right? But so powerful, such a powerful thing to carry, right? And just your kids are blessed.
Well,
You
but
are.
I offer that.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying you're offering that, but they have you, right? And you're offering that to us. Um, and I just really, really, really thank you because there was a lot there, um, that cut me to my core. Just intentions and manifestations, right? They get answered to you in ways, and I know that you're spiritual, and so I take that. I take that wholeheartedly and thank you, like, endlessly.
I'll give it to my
Absolutely.
from my family watching. Don't you dare tell her that it's.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Marisol.
Thank you. So before we go, we didn't get to talk about 2021, so I'm going to have you come back because I want to talk about 2021. But one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted us to share things that we're proud of because it's a practice that I'm trying to get into. I'm really trying to work on in a very humble way, but in a very accepting way, talk about the things that I'm proud of. So we're going to share 5 things that we're proud of. And I also want you to know that Maritza is going to be in Camden tomorrow.
Hit me up, Marisa. Hit me up. Yes, hit me up. You got my number.
Okay, so Shirley, 5 things that you're proud of.
Okay, 5 things. First thing is, you got me to open up in a way that I haven't ever shared with anyone. So I'm proud that before we spoke, I said, whatever comes out, comes out. So I'm proud that I went with that. My instinct was to say, no, just pretend that everything's fine. No, so thank you. I am proud. I'm proud of that for myself. I am proud of um, this transition that I just made into the seat of executive director. I'm going to own that because it wasn't easy and it took a lot. And I miss my friend Brian because now I see what he used to go through. But I'm really proud that I did it. So that's huge. I'm proud that I stepped out this year and just, even with COVID happening, that whatever new experience was out there for me, I was just going to take it and not be scared. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to parent in fear either. So those are huge steps that I have taken in my parenting style and life that I'm proud for. How many is that?
3.
3. Whew. I am proud of. This is also oversharing, right? I'm still online. I'm fine. I ended a long-term relationship this year, and I did it in a way that we're still friends and we still care for each other, and we both are doing well and separately and are able to just still be in each other's lives. So I'm very proud of that because that could have gotten ugly and it didn't. And they're listening outside my door. And I'm just proud that I've done these virtual shows all throughout the year. And whereas before I was happy with being in the background and never being the person in the front. So I'm proud that I am able to do that now.
So proud of you.
Thank you, Marisa.
if your girl come in and tell us things that they're proud of themselves, they can come in.
I think they left. Let me see. Yeah.
Did they run?
They left.
If they want to come on, so the next time you come on, if they want to come on, have them come on.
I will.
So I'll try to see if I can come up with 5 quickly, but I have to say that I'm very proud to be a person that you trust. That means a lot to me, to be somebody that people trust themselves with emotionally. The honor in that is tremendous, but that's part of something that I'm giving. I'm proud to be that person. I said this before, but I'm going to say it again, because having my baby watching the show, like, I'm proud of the mom that I am. I am. I'm a good mom. Okay, so I have to go surface. I'm proud that I drink a lot of water. That's one of the ways that I take care of myself. I drink a lot of water.
Right. Remember what I said earlier? The way you take care of yourself is you loving yourself. So
I got to give. The other thing I'm proud that I don't know if you saw, but I put a post on today with my NPU jacket that is way too tight. But I was like, that's my body.
Yes.
Zip it up, okay? Now, trust me, it was trying to get in there, the thing would explode if they unzipped it. But I still, I put that's my body.
Yes.
That's my body. And it wasn't like any special angle. There's no filter. I'm proud that I'm just okay with showing myself and all my silliness and all my lonjas. Yes. That's who I am. And then number 5, I'm so proud of this show.
Yes.
I'm so proud of what this show is to the guests that we have come on. And I love what Dr. Anjali does on Fridays. I'm just proud of the space that we've created. So
absolutely. And the fact that, people can check in and just be like, really restore, we need that. We definitely needed that. Oh, look, that's Bianca. That's my daughter.
Baby girl. Yes. Yes, I need you to go look at my picture, and I need you to like and love every single one. and the next time that I have you come on, Shirley, I want you to bring the girls. I would love to have. You know what? Let's do that. Let's have a girl show. We'll talk about.
Let's do that. Yes, that would be so much fun.
Let's do it. Yes. Okay.
I'm with it.
Okay, done. Okay, so I'll send you the stuff for. Okay. Coming 2021, people, and we're gonna your daughter who has the baby would love to have her come on. I don't know if my daughter will come on who has the 3 babies. I'll ask her. Mimi, you let me know. But yes, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. That would be so much. Hold on, they're knocking at the door. Hi. Did you want to come in? Did you want to say hi? To Facebook. This is my youngest. No? Oh, no, she's being shy. You're trying to look.
Hello. You're going to come on the show in probably March. We'll get it set up.
Okay, that's Ayana.
Shirley, I'm here for you. You let me know whatever you want to talk through. You have my email address. You have my text. Also, my text number is on the email I just sent you.
Okay, cool.
Love to your babies, to your family. I want you to know that you are loved. The National Parents Union, all of our people, so many people watching you.
Hey.
And I love you, and I appreciate who you are in this world.
Oh, look, Bianca came in. I love you too. There she is.
Hi, Bianca. I'm gonna need you to friend me. I'm gonna need you to love all my chunky girl photos.
Got you.
I'm gonna invite you on the show, so make sure she knows we're gonna have a
a girl show.
Okay.
Just with it. Thank you so much, Marisol. I want to send you guys my love too. MPU, Carrie, Tim, everybody. Maritza, I can't, Vivette, you guys have become such a big part of my life without you even knowing it, all because we all attended one little convening in New Orleans, which is my favorite city. And you guys have really become a part of my life. And I thank you guys for that because they've really helped get through this pandemic. And can't wait to connect with you all in 2021.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And I'm going to share my New Year's wish. That is my comadre. Her dad is Muslim, and he gave it to us a couple years ago. He said the only goal that he ever has, the only wish that he ever has for every single year and every day of his life is to practice loving kindness and nonviolence towards himself and others.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's a good one.
We will continue that in 2021. Everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Happy New Year. And we'll be back on January 4th. I love you. Good night, everybody.